So now let's start working on creating the menu tabs. First of all, we are going to import a grid from semantic React. And inside this function, we are going to create a state, active item, and set active item. So by default, it is going to be on profile. So this active item state is going to be to keep the track of the item which is active here. And we are going to have a function here, const handle item click. We are going to send in an item here and set active item to the item. So this handle item click function is going to be when the user clicks on the tab, we are going to render out a different component according to the active item. And here we are going to have a state for logged user follow stats and set user follow stats. Use state is going to be user follow stats. So this basically is the follow stat information of the user who is logged in. We are receiving it inside the props. And I have created a state for this so that when the user follows or unfollows any user, so if I follow, the following number changes, and if I unfollow, the following number changes back to 1. And here we are going to create a boolean on account. So if profile.user._id is equals to user._id. So this basically means that the user who is logged in is viewing his own account. Only then we are going to show this update profile tab and the settings tab. So now inside this return statement, let's move this div and add fragments. Inside here, we're going to have a grid. It is going to be stackable. Inside here, we're going to have a grid.row. And inside this row, we are going to have a column, grid.column. And here we are going to have a component profile menu tabs. We are going to create in just a second. And here we are going to pass in the active item, handle item click, the function, followers length, receiving it inside the props, following length, the own account boolean, and also logged user follow stats. So now let's create this component. Inside our components, create a new folder profile. And inside here, we're going to create a new file, ProfileMenuTabs, and a React component. Let's import this component. So we are going to receive all these props inside the profile menu tabs. Let's copy it from here. Let's paste it inside the props. Let's add the commas. And here inside this component, we are going to import menu from semantic React. And inside the return statement, let's remove this div. And here we are going to have a menu. And it is going to have a props of pointing and secondary. And inside this menu, we are going to have a menu.item. The name is going to be profile. And it is going to have an active prop. So if active item is equals to profile, so this active prop will add this highlight here, underline, and will bold the text. And then on click, we are going to call the function handle item click and pass in the type strings profile. So this will update the state inside our username page. So after this menu.item, we are going to check if own account is equals to true. That means the user who is logged in is visiting his own profile. We are going to return some JSX otherwise different JSX. So if own account is equals to true, we are going to return menu.item. So for the name inside template strings, if logged user follows stats dot followers dot length, if it is greater than 0, then use this length follow stats dot length, otherwise 0, and after this followers. And let's make it a self-closing tag. And the active is going to be if active item is equals to followers. And here we are going to have an on-click. So we are going to call the function again, handle item click, and pass in the followers. So I'm using these logged user follow stats when the own account is true, because when the user follows or unfollows any user, so I'm logged in as Inder and viewing my own profile. So when I follow, look at this following number right here, it increases. And when I unfollow, the number decreases. So when you are visiting your own profile, you only need the number to change then. When you are visiting the profile of, say, let's say Jane Doe, and if I follow someone here, it is only going to change my following, not the following of the Jane Doe profile. And if I unfollow, it is not going to change anything on the profile of Jane Doe. So we're going to edit the state for that, the logged user follow stats state, which we have right here. So that's why I am using the length of the followers and the following. So let's copy this right here, menu.item. And this one is going to be for the following. So dot following, and here, make sure it is a followers dot length, and here following dot length, and here it is going to be following, and active is going to be following. And also in the handle item click, we are going to pass in the following. So this is when the own account is true. And otherwise, if the user is visiting a profile other than his own profile, so let's copy this one right here. We're just going to change the names. So here, the name is going to be followers length and following length. We already have that. So followers length, we are receiving it inside the props. And here it is going to be following length. And after this, we are going to again have a check for own account. And we are going to add an ampersand here. And here we are going to have a fragments. And inside here, we're going to have a menu.item, self-closing tag. And name is going to be update profile. And the active is going to be active item is equals to update profile. And on click, again handle item click, and pass in this update profile string right here. Let's copy this. And let's copy this one right here. The last one is going to be for our settings. So here the name is going to be settings. And let's pass in here settings. So now let's see if it works. We already have it imported inside our username. And you can see the following is 1. We do not have any followers right now. And because we are on our own profile, we are getting the update profile and the settings. And we have also set the active prop. So when the user clicks on this, it changes the state of these tabs right here to indicate that this tab is active. So now in the next video, we're going to start working on these profile tab right here. So when the tab is profile, we are going to show this header with this image and the bio and the links. And also we have already created the card post. So we are going to render out these posts right here.